Today we are going to talk about dumbbell pullovers, and I am going to show you how to target the lats, how to target the chest, and then I'm also going to show you my favorite modifications to do to this exercise using dumbbells, using resistance bands, and also how to combine the two together to get an even more effective exercise. So what is the dumbbell pullover? You're going to need a single dumbbell and a bench, and I prefer to lay on the bench perpendicular to the bench. Some people will lay on it, along the bench like normal. I like to do it this way. I feel like it's more supportive on my back, and then I can also drop my pelvis down to modify the exercise. So to set this up, it's very easy. You just drop yourself onto the bench, and you kind of want the bench to be right around the mid-spine, like just below your scapulas. And then what you're gonna do is grab this dumbbell, get it up onto your chest, and to target the lats, you're gonna wanna have your elbows kind of out at this 45-degree angle, a little bit of flare going on. And then to start, I kind of like to get my pelvis up into this like neutral position, engaging my core. You're gonna feel that core a lot in this exercise. And then all you're doing here, you get a slight bend in those elbows, and then you're gonna fix that arm position. So going through this rep, there should be no bending happening in your elbows. Otherwise, that's gonna engage these triceps a lot more than you want to. We're trying to target the lats right now with our flared elbows. So all you're gonna do is lean back and reach over your head until you can't go any further. And then you're gonna pull forward with your elbows, pulling with those elbows, and then get it right about here to the point where the weight starts to get light, and then just kind of pause, and then let it down nice and slow. Big stretch, and then a big squeeze up. And now if you wanna get even more stretch in those lats, you can drop your pelvis down a little bit here, and that's going to help you to stretch those lats out. So you can see now I'm bending at my thoracic spine, stretching out those lats, and then as I reach over, I'm not gonna be able to go as low as before, and then we're just getting this big squeeze here, big stretch. And again, don't bend at the elbows, just keep that joint fixed. Big squeeze at the top. And that is how to do a dumbbell pullover targeting the lats. So now if you want to target more of the chest muscles in this exercise, so before with our lats, we had our elbows kind of flared out and we're focused on hitting these guys, the lats down here. And now if you change your elbows up and actually bring them in and squeeze, you can see I'm engaging more of my pecs here. So as I bring those elbows in, internal rotation, the chest muscles are going to engage a lot more. And then when I drop into this exercise, I kind of like, for the chest targeting, I kind of like to keep my pelvis up. And then as I go, I'm gonna pinch my elbows together. So I'm consciously squeezing those elbows together, engaging my chest muscles. Big squeeze big stretch at the bottom. Big squeeze at the top. And here at the very top of the rep, you're squeezing those elbows together and really engaging that chest muscle. The pecs. And it's just that simple. Now I'd like to show you a resistance band variation of this pullover. So what I'm going to use here is a single 41-inch band, and then I'm going to use the clench band handle here to simulate my dumbbell and give me a good place to grab onto. And then I'm gonna have a wall anchor here that's off towards the floor. You want it as close to the floor as possible, and then you're gonna need a gap between the floor and between the anchor point and your bench so that you can set this up. So what I'm gonna do is fold the band in half, because that's going to provide a lot more tension right off the bat. And then because of the short range of motion of this exercise, you're gonna get plenty of tension throughout the rep range here. And then to insert the band handle, you're just gonna use the neck of the handle. So we just loop it through just like this, and that is how the handle goes onto the band. And then I just kind of set it on the floor. It's nice to have a partner if you're doing this exercise, because that way that partner can hand it to you. And also, I'll show you what's going on here. So you're gonna sit down on the bench, grab your handle, and then you kind of have to shimmy yourself into position here. And the goal is you want to have tension at the bottom of this rep. So with a dumbbell, you have the most tension out here on your lats because the gravity is pulling straight down. You got this big long lever arm that's giving you tons of resistance. With the band, it's kind of the opposite. You're gonna have less tension at the bottom, and then as you roll it, or as you go through the range of motion, you're gonna have tons of tension up here at the top. So it changes that resistance curve quite a bit, but I like them because they're super smooth, and then I can really hold it and squeeze hard here at the top, really flexing my lats. And you can also get really good chest engagement here because there's a ton of resistance. With a dumbbell at the top, there's pretty much no resistance at all. All right, so now for my absolute favorite way to do the pullover. We are going to combine resistance bands and dumbbells together. And the reason for that is we're going to basically we're gonna get a lot more control over that strength curve throughout the range of motion. So we're gonna use the dumbbell to give us weight and resistance out here when we're fully extended because the gravity will take over. But then the band, once we pivot ourselves up to that fully contracted position, we are going to have the band tension will take over and give us resistance at the top. So you're gonna have a nice, well-developed strength curve all the way through this range of motion, and you're gonna get really good lat engagement. And the reason I like these versus like a cable machine or something is because you are having your back supported so that you can really focus on driving with your lats and also with your chest muscles if you're trying to target those chests. And with the band, you're gonna be able to target your chest a lot more as well because of that tension that we're gonna get at the top of the rep. So to set this up, same thing as before, we're gonna grab our 41-inch band. This time, we're just gonna use not the single stretch version, not doubled over. So now we have extra length here, and then we just wrap it around the base of our dumbbell. And what I like to do is usually I know that I have the right tension when the band doesn't tip my dumbbell over on the bench. And also what's cool about this is you can customize the strength curve even more because we can change this band out with heavier bands or lighter bands, and you can also go heavier and lighter with the dumbbell to get the best proper combination. Typically I like to start with a little bit more dumbbell weight than band weight. So this is a 50-pound dumbbell, and this here you'll probably have around 15 to 20 pounds of added tension at the top. And it's the same thing as before. So now we have bands plus dumbbell. Grab them here, get set up. I'm gonna do a lat targeted version with my elbows out. Big stretch. So you'll notice now the band has slack in it, so there's no band tension. It's all free weights. And then as I stretch it up, right here we get some band tension. And then at the top, I'm getting even more band tension. It's nice, and I can feel that strength curve throughout. It feels almost like constant resistance all the way through this rep. So I can just grind these babies out. So hopefully those 3 variations have stimulated your brain a little bit, gave you something new to try. And like I said before, my favorite one is that last version with the bands plus the dumbbell because you get full control of that strength curve and you can set it up to target and really get the maximum muscle engagement and benefits of this exercise. So give these a try. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And also be sure to watch some of these other videos that are gonna pop up in the on-screen links. And if you liked what you saw today, be sure to smash that like button. If you wanna see more of this content, hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified every time we post new content. And also if you need any bands or accessories, head over to clenchfitness.com. We will hook you up, and thank you for watching.